As notes 1.3, solving equations with distribution. We're using the distributive property. So these are regular equations where you got to do a couple extra steps before you can start solving them. So the first example, everything I got here, write down in your notes. You got the title. For each example, I'm going to start a new page, but of course you can pause this and write it down if I'm going too fast. So the first example I got, that does not show up right at all. Call this example 1. So let's say we have the equation 3 times the quantity 2x and 4 is equal to -6. So right away you see this 3 that's outside of the parentheses. Usually when you see the distributive property, you're going to do that first. Okay, anytime you see a number outside of another parentheses, you don't have to write this. But anytime you see a distributive property inside of an equation or anything, you want to do it first. You want to get the parentheses out of the way and then deal with whatever's after it. So if I start with this, this 3 is going to distribute itself to the 2x, and it's also going to distribute itself to the 4. So let's see what happens when we do that. The 3 times the 2x is going to turn into 6x. The 3 times the 4 is going to turn into a positive 12. And then, of course, there's an equal sign and a -6. Now it's like this. Now that we distribute it, you can solve it. Step 1, subtract the 12 on both sides to get rid of it. The 12s cancel each other out, leaving 6x. And on the right-hand side, you get -6, -12 makes -18. And then, of course, the last step to get rid of the 6. Divide both sides by 6, cancel each other out, and x is all by itself. -18 over 6 makes -3. Done. So again, you see the distributive property, you've got to do that part first. If you want to check our answer, if I take -3 and put it back in the equation, you should get -6 equals -6. So let's try it. So in my equation, I got 3 times 2 times -3. Oops, I forgot plus 4. Let's keep it going. 2 times -3 plus 4. -3 plus 4. And hopefully that equals -6. So again, I'm going to distribute 3 to this and the 3 to that. All right, 2 times -3 is -6. So 3 times -6 is -18. 3 times the 4 is 12. And hopefully that equals -6. -18 and 12 is -6. And that it does indeed equal -6. So we get a true statement. It checks out. So at this point, I'm going to start the next one on a fresh page. If you need to pause it so you can write this stuff down, you can. The next one, I promise I'll spread out some more. Should we do this one? This one will be example 2. So let's see. Let's pretend so we have 5x plus 3 times the quantity 2x and 9, and all that is equal to 60. So you got a lot of stuff happening on the left. You got 3, a 2x, or 3 in a parentheses, a quantity. This distributive property you got to do first. So anytime you see a number multiplying a quantity, try to do that first. This 3 is going to multiply everything inside of it. It's going to multiply the 2x and the 9. Let's figure out what happens. So this 5, the 5 that's hanging out in the beginning, nothing's happening with him yet. He's just lurking, being a 5x. The 3 times the 2x. 3 times 2x's would be 6x's. And then over here, the 3 is multiplying the 9. 3 times 9 is positive 27. So I put a plus here because it's a positive 3 times a positive 9 makes positive 27. Same here, positive 3 times 2x is positive 6x. And all this equals 60. Alright, so now that we got that done, let's label this step. So step 1 was to distribute. Step 2, the next thing we got to do, you can do a bunch of things here, but generally it's nicer to consolidate your problem. Many of you seen there's a 5x and a 6x, and those are both the same thing, so we're going to deal with the like terms. We're going to put them together. I don't want to deal with two of them. So put 5x and 6x together. So this turns into 11x plus 27 equals 60. And now we can solve like a regular two-step equation. We're going to minus 27 on each side. So minus 27 minus 27. 27's cancel each other out because that's the whole point. So you get 11x equals 33. And then our final step, divide by 11 on both sides. Divide by 11, divide by 11. The 11's cancel out, yay, because that's 1 over 1. 33 over 11 works out to be 3. So we get x, it's isolated, it's all by itself. And it also helps us tell us that x equals 3. We can check our answer, make sure it works out. In my original equation, if I substitute the x with 3, we should get the same. We should get a true statement. So let's see here. I'm going to say it's 5, and then it's going to be times in the 3. I'll do the 3 in blue, why not? Plus 3 times 2 times 3 plus 9. If I do all that stuff on the left, it should be 60. So let's see here. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 3. You got to do the inside of the parentheses first. We could distribute, but let's just do the inside. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 9 is 15. Over here, I got to do the multiplying before I can add. So the 15 out front, he's just hanging, not doing much. 3 times 15 is 45. Now I can add these two together. 15 plus 45 makes 60. That does equal 60, and yay, our check worked out. Makes sense. All right, so anytime you see distributive property, even if it's in the middle of an equation, try to do it first. Usually makes your life easier. Again, if you need more time, pause it. But I'm gonna erase this, and then I'm gonna erase this and then start over. Oh, I guess I got it this way. I like the black background. Because it was so cool. And now it goes away. Oh well. Forget how it works sometimes. Okay. The third example. This one's a little trickier. It's got more stuff going on. But again, example of distributive property. When you see it, you're probably going to want to do distributive property first. So this one's going to start with 2x's minus 3 times 2x's minus 4, and that's going to be equal to 16. So again, I see a distributive property. I'm going to try to do that first. This one I'm going to be a little more careful because out in front of this parentheses, this is a negative 3. So it is a negative 3 that's multiplying the 2x and this negative 4. Right? Take the sign of whatever's in front of it. It's a minus 3, but in our case we're considered negative 3. So the 2x, again, not doing much right now, just hanging out. Negative 3 times the 2x. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. It's nice if you think about it this way. These are just negative signs, and then you write the sign of whatever it is, be it negative or positive. In this case, it's positive 12. I'm going to write positive plus 12. And that all makes 16. All right, much like the last problem, I see some like terms here. I'm going to combine those together. So distributed first, we did some like terms we're going to do right now. So the 2x minus 6x's, that would give me negative 4x's. Plus 12 makes 16. And now we can solve just like before. I'm going to subtract 12 on both sides. Let's go back to colors. These colors are cool. Minus 12 on each side. So these cancel. Negative 4x equals 4. And then the last step here, divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. 4's cancel. Sorry. And the negatives cancel. So x equals 4 divided by 4 is 1. And this negative sign that's hanging out here is still there. Nothing canceled it out, so it's still the answer is negative 1. And that's our answer. If we wanted to check, if I put negative 1, if I put this answer, negative 1, into the equation, I should get the correct answer. So let's try that. So it starts with 2 times, we'll do like 2 times negative 1. And then it's minus 3 times 2 times negative 1 again. Minus 4. And all this should be equal to 16. Let's write it. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Let's do the inside of the parentheses so I don't confuse this. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 minus 4. I'm going to keep on the inside of this parentheses. Negative 2 and negative 4 makes negative 6. And now I can finally do this multiplying right here that's been wanting to be multiplied. I could have done it way back in the beginning, but I didn't want to mess up the sign. So I got negative 2, negative 3. Remember, we're treating this whole thing. It's a negative 3 and a negative 6. Negative 3 times negative 6 is positive 18. And now I can finally add the negative 2 and the 18 makes a 16. That does, in fact, equal a 16. So yay, we checked. It was good. We're done. I'm going to give you like 8 problems, maybe 6, underneath this to try on your own. Remember, if you have questions, you can pause this, go back, re-listen to it. Thanks.